I will show you some quick basic tips on how to use with watercolors. Cause I know I made the short video since which is a few months ago already from the past year. Okay, so the type of brand for my watercolor that I'm going to use is the Crayola one. Crayola is my favorite art product because it can be easier for me. Whether I can use my strategic tips for making like some pictures, also fan arts, yeah. So you can also take your watercolor brand within a different brand that looks kind of good to this. Okay, and I have the watercolor paper. It's filled with 300 pounds. Okay, I think this is a good enough watercolor paper. Alright, so let's start painting on basic quick tips of how to use with watercolors. Alright, so here are my watercolors. Then this is my watercolor tray, and you see there are 24 colors and a brush. Okay, so first of all, what am I gonna do is I'm gonna basically choose some colors from the 24, and let's make sure that before we start painting, first all you have to do is you need a glass filled with water. And first of all, you need to wet it. This is how you need to wet a brush first, like this. And then I'm gonna let the brush head from my paintbrush touch the color. Okay, so I'm gonna go for green as my favorite color. And what am I gonna do is yeah, I know that one looks kind of interesting. And when you are going to use another watercolor pigment, or if you're done painting, you need to wipe the color away first. I mean, you need to wet your brush first and take the color away. And then you need to dry up by using a paper towel or tissue paper. Let it stand for just like this at the normal surface. Alright. So what am I gonna do is I'm gonna choose another color. So which color? Let's say I'm gonna choose that one, because that's kind of look like darker green. And then I'm gonna make sure I'll swatch the color. See? Yeah, that looks kind of good, yeah. You know, kind of a bit opaque. But I'm gonna redo it carefully. You see? It makes more color. Sometimes you don't need to use too much pigment on the watercolor because I noticed that it's gonna probably run out like on this cell because it's gonna make it lower. So I just want to make the way that the watercolor pigments look okay and does it pretty use. Alright, so the next thing that we're gonna do is that I may take the water first and I'll place it on a spot, let's say here. Okay, I'm gonna wet the spot first and I'm gonna exactly, let's say the color blue. Because it can be also the part of my favorite color, but sometimes. And yeah, you'll probably notice that this color, yeah, it does look pretty normal. That's perfect. Alright, I found another exactly way for this same type of method. Alright, you'll probably even see it, so don't wind this video just now. Oops. It's just an accident. Alright. Wow. Oops. That looks like an amazing heart. Yeah, I know, because today is Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day has the pretty theme of hearts, yeah, which can observe the colors red and pink. Yeah, they look cool, you know. And then what we're gonna do next is absorbing the colors into brightness. Okay, so first all you have to do is use water and place the water on a spot of the watercolor paper. Okay, because I know the way might be look a lot not difficult. Okay, and what we're gonna do is, so I'm gonna give this color. So I chose yellow because yellow looks a lot bright to me. Okay. Because I'm choosing this another type of color because yellow, it's sometimes my favorite color. And then what am I gonna do is I'm gonna wet the brush just a little until you see that. Okay, because I know if I feel a little bit careless about this. Oops. There might be a bit of too much color. You must be careful by using this tip of the method. You need to originally make the colors a lot brighter, yeah, or lighter. Because sometimes you might ever need is, it can be either the water or by using that type of water onto the wet spot that you can still see it on a paper. Even though that you might even feel a little bit of pressure in yourself, you need to dab it by using a paper towel. Because I know I just dabbed that spot by using a paper towel on the watercolor paper. Yeah, and I think looks pretty much okay too. And this is the last tip for when you're done doing watercolor painting. So you need to wet the brush first until you see that there's no actual color yet onto the brush that you see it, and you need to try to dry it onto the edge of the glass mouth, and then what we're gonna do is to wipe it. Okay, I think it works, and we'll start it all over again. Sometimes if you're using the actual brand of your watercolor product, you might be able to find that all watercolor products are non-toxic, which can give you like the pigments, but sometimes you may need is that when you're doing like an advanced painting that you are watching in another watercolor painting videos on YouTube. Uh, Therefore, you may not need that you're gonna use just only one glass of water, because sometimes there might be a pigment just wasting on this water. You just need 2 glasses of water. The one will be the clean and one will be the dirty one. So I'll explain to you for the next watercolor video right after the next video that I posted. And I'm just gonna show you another tips for my next watercolor video, because I know this is so easy to you. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy for this video. So make sure you subscribe and don't forget to give a thumbs up for this video. And please make sure to write down in the comments below. And I'll see you again next time.